Alright, welcome back to Cole's Farm here in Jacksonville, North Carolina, everybody. So I'm over here at hive number 4 for the first inspection of 2021. Last time I was in this hive, like I've said on all the hive inspection videos for this week and the introduction video, was early September. I think it was September 7th. So, give you another quick look at the front entrance. They are obviously alive and well. And they also have a medium box, so I'm kind of running this as a deep and a half, which is how they overwintered. So I'm very curious to see how much, a few things, how much of the sugar water I provided back in September they used to develop new wax in the top box, and how much of the natural resources that have been in bloom and are in bloom right now that they've also used to build out the top box. Hopefully all 10 frames are built out. They have a few frames of brood, and then that kind of aligns, or it does align, with my plan to insert a queen excluder next week between the boxes, of course. And then whenever that brood hatches out, assuming they have some, we'll find out here in a little bit. Whenever that brood hatches out, they will backfill those cells with nectar. So shorter introduction, trying something different. Like I said in previous videos, by making an introduction video for the week that basically summarizes what has taken place recently and what I intend to do. So I will say this much: unlike in my introduction, I have found the queen in both hives 1 and 2 so far, and I have decided not to use, these are just sewing scissors. If you check out the introduction video, I watched a documentary on YouTube from, I think it was Scotland beekeepers. The video is called Ode to Beekeepers. I'll put it in the description links. But they used sewing scissors to clip one of the queen's wings, which is how they do their part with swarm management. So the queen will still swarm, but they'll swarm just right outside the box. And although I found 2 queens in the previous 2 inspections, I just could not get myself to clip her wings. I did mark both of them. Quick look of in between the outer and inner cover. I did find hive number 1's new queen for this year. I did assume they superseded her based off the very last inspection from September. I found hive number 2's queen from last year and remarked her in blue. And this queen, all of them, this queen was marked as well. So considering they overwintered just fine, I am hoping to find a queen in here with a blue dot. So hive number 2's queen, I just got done that inspection. That queen was extremely hard to find because most of the marking has worn off by now. So I actually went through all the frames and then had to go back through. And when I was about halfway done going back through them, oh no, that's not true. I noticed her on the very last frame, which was one of the frames I sat down on the outside of the box, just to give my space, or to give myself space to work through the boxes. So this is exactly what I want to see. I am almost willing to bet and put money on the fact that, based off of what I'm looking at right now, which is what you're seeing for the first time as well, because I have not looked at this box at all, it looks like, maybe except for this one, it looks like 9 out of the 10 frames are fully drawn out. I'm willing to bet I'm going to find quite a bit of brood up here, but with my grand plan of adding a medium box and feeding them going into the fall and winter, for the bees to completely build out all 10 frames, because this was a new box, or it contained several new frames, that this box should be a very, very good candidate to be completely full of honey come the nectar flow. It's very nice when you have an idea and it tends to work. You definitely have to take your time the very first time inspecting because the frames are really glued together and sealed, and honestly this has a lot of nectar in it. That's probably not going to come up on camera at all, but this frame actually has a lot of nectar in it already. But look at that, that is a beautiful frame of drawn wax. So give you some bee education. We got some capped honey. Let's see if that's on camera. Got some capped honey, we got some nectar, some capped worker brood because it's totally flat. And then right here in the middle, it probably won't come up on camera, but I guarantee there's eggs in there. Well, I take that back. That's probably newly emerged worker bees that the nurse bees have gone back in, polished up those cells, cleaned them out is what that means. So the queen can go back in and start laying another round of brood. And there's the queen right there. Let me get her caged up, remark her with a blue dot. But yeah, she's doing a really nice job. Okay, she's in there, so I shouldn't have to worry about messing with her. I'm actually going to mark her real quick so she has time to dry, and then try to move through the rest of the box at a decent pace so she's not sitting outside by herself for too long. Hopefully y'all can see this. This was such a good investment. I can't say it enough. I said it a lot last year. I got a drone in here. Alright, hopefully that's good enough. I think so. Alright. Set her aside. I'll put her on top of the medium box here in a second after I look at this last frame in between the boxes, which is why that's stuck together so well. What did I do with the cover? Kind of close that up so they're not flying all over the place, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about. First time you get in your colonies after the winter, you'll go through and you really can't prevent this. You can't prevent the ripping the drone brood apart that's in between the frames, but what you can do is take advantage of that by looking at them and seeing if it looks like there's a lot of varroa on them. Have to give them some smoke. Let's see what old hive number 4's queen's been up to. Nice brood. Starts expanding all the way out here with some eggs. You can see it very easily. At this point, because I know where the queen's at, since she's still caged, I'm really just checking for queen cells or supersedral cells or swarm cells or whatever. It's a nice frame. That's a very nice frame. Look at that. It's another nice, it's a nice frame. Nice new brood. Let's get the refreshed queen. The queen I just marked with 2020's color because she overwintered. Let's get her released. Get the top box back on. And call it a day for hive number 4 here. There she goes. Alright. That's that. Get the top box back on. Alright, that does it for what I will continue to call hive number 4. The numbers of the hives are going to get a little weird because I don't want to call that number 3 because it's always been number 4 to me, just to keep things kind of straight. We'll see how it goes. Who knows, really. Hey, thanks for watching Cole's Farm, everybody, here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Just a local hobbyist beekeeper, family operated and owned. I'm active duty Marine if anybody really cares about that. So if you want to support a veteran-owned business or an active duty-owned business, please do so by liking us on Facebook, following us on Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. It's getting a little hot out here, and I have one more hive to get through. But yeah, number 4. I had no doubt that they were going to look as good as they did based off the front entrance activity. Super happy to have found the queen and to be able to remark her with last year's color. I think that's pretty cool. A lot of nice looking brood, and like I said earlier, I plan on getting out here or back into the hives briefly next week because there's no real reason to inspect them weekly right now. But my intentions are to slide in the queen excluders and then check on them in a few days, figure out where the queen's at, move them around, but essentially get the queen into the bottom box, and whatever brood is left in the top box, they will hatch out or emerge, and then the bees will backfill that box with nectar and cure it into honey. And this, I would be surprised if I don't get a full super's worth of honey from this hive, considering how they're looking right now with the nectar they have stored. Alright, hey, so check out the rest of the videos from this week, which will be all first looks, first inspections for 2021 since I was deployed for the last 6 months. So far, things are going pretty darn good. Yeah, check out the previous videos. Check out hive number 6 video, which will be the next one. And then that will do it for this week. I will have gotten into all the hives, inspected them, cleaned out the dead outs, and then I am in my usual spring inspection cycle. About every 10 days I'll be out here inspecting them, mainly to prevent swarms and just to do my part with keeping them healthy. Alright, hey, thanks for watching, everybody.